Soon as we step on the mic, man, you notice the difference. Heavenly blessed with the melanin, baby, you know that we winning. No time for the long talk, got 120 on the clock. Wednesday 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Kazual Konvos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Kazual Konvos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every age. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. You know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Welcome to the Kazual Konvo show with me, Coco, and my guest, Tiff.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Where we have conversations about topics that affect the community's personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have the tough convo. And I know we missing a person, my Tasia. She cannot be here tonight. The emergency came up, but it's fine. We still love her. So tonight, I think what we did last week, cheating in relationships that took us right here to side chicks, side dudes. And everybody wanted me to do polygamy, but I think I need to rename that after doing the research to poly relationships. Because I think some people that was asking me, they was confused because they weren't married. They was just, seeing people. So, Tiff.
Yes.
I got a question.
I have an answer.
Why you think? Okay, what you want to start with first? The poly or the side piece?
Either or. I can answer whatever you need me to answer.
Let's start with the side piece.
Okay.
Why do you think? Do I gotta talk about why I'm doing this?
No, but why do I think what? Because I want to hear this.
Why are we doing this part of the relationship series?
Yeah, okay, so why are we doing this part?
Because everybody was asking me to do it, but then what I'm finding is all these men was asking to do certain topics, but they don't want to be the guest to talk about the topics. So I guess you asked me not to be the man this time. I might have to be the man a little bit one time. So why do you think people have side relationships? Want to be the guest to talk about the topics?
Because they can have, in some situations, the best of both worlds. They might not be fulfilled with one person.
So why not stay single?
Now that I can't answer. I don't know why they choose to have multiple partners or multiple people. However, I think some of the reasoning is they may not be fulfilled with one person. Either that or they just hoes.
I'm gonna go with hoes for 5,000, Alex. That's what I'm gonna go with. All right. So I don't know. I had some input and I also looked some stuff up, which the two kind of went together. So one of them was, you know how you with somebody and you don't know if it's going too sure how long it's going to last. So you want to have a little standby. But this is my question. How long do you have a standby? I can't answer these. I'm learning. You tongue tied.
No, I feel like this. I feel like, and this is just honestly speaking, most people, especially women, have somebody that if something fails, they can go back to or go to. There's always, they might not be standing by, but they ain't too far.
I mean, like actively. So when we talk about side, that's somebody that you off to on the side, not somebody that you can go back to. That's, I think we
I feel like they still be having some people still be having some conversations They be talking about their relationships and stuff like, cause this man ain't he doing blah 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 da 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 da, and then
Right.
that's how that side stuff be happening.
All right. So what about another thing was, so in case they break up, if you know what's rocky, don't ask me where I got it from. Just flow with it, okay?
Gotcha.
So if it's a little rocky, and then they go out and they might find somebody attractive, start talking to people because they building up just in case the breakup come, they already boom, they got the fallback. Do you think that's appropriate?
I don't think it's appropriate, but I mean, people do it.
I don't like that. So then another one was they don't feel appreciated or neglected. So whatever they don't get from home, they get from the side piece.
Which is
But
what I said in the first place. They did the best of both worlds. They
I,
might not be fulfilled with just one person.
I got some interesting responses because I had to ask a couple of dudes. So who I'm gonna be today? Keith.
Just be cute.
Karan. I'm gonna be Karan.
Just
You
be
didn't like
cute.
Karan last time. So how it was broken down to me is some guys don't mind being the side dude because she gotta go back home and got worry about the headache of being with her all the time and her getting on his nerves. So he can just do what he gotta do and he'll sign up to be the side dude.
So I'm going to agree with that 1000% because I have been in a place in my life where I didn't want a relationship, but I might have wanted to do some relationship stuff, but I didn't want the full relationship. So, yeah.
But do that gotta be with somebody that you know that's in a relationship?
It doesn't have to be, but again, people do what they want to do. Just know none of these topics are forced. This is all things that people do what they want to do. Because they do what they want. Nobody's forcing them to do this. They doing this because this is what they choose to do.
Right. Oh my God, he about to have me in here like Michael Jackson. So, all right. So this was my thought and my take on something. Because we see it a lot. When did it become the it thing, the glamorized thing? Whereas though you see people capitalizing off of being the mistress, the side chick, the side dude, or it became like something that's cool or people are willing to do instead of just being like, nah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
You said when?
When?
I mean, I'm pretty sure this been going on before our time.
No, but it was a time where it was like, okay, you knew your role. This was your role. So you was gonna stay in your role off to the side somewhere, chilling, sitting down. So now you look too comfortable, like you ready for this. so
I'm trying to get comfortable here.
So then it became where you got all the side people coming out, making their self known, like, yes, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. And what? And they are like, okay, and making it seem like this the it thing to do. Like the side piece is winning.
But we don't know what these people are fed to make them feel that confident.
I mean, even in the like, is it safe to say the media?
We don't know what these people are fed to make them feel this confident. And you got some people that just don't care.
That is true. That is true.
I know a few that are okay with being side pieces that are actually getting treated better than wives.
You think they attention whores?
Some of them.
All right. Well, in your opinion, male or female, who's more likely to have a side piece? You think it's too hard? Men?
Yeah.
Why?
It just seemed more like something they would do. However, I don't know because women are some creative cheaters. and we can lie. It's just. I'm not even gonna say man or woman because both do it. However, I'll say that women are better at it.
Okay, so somebody asked a question, WTF or TF said being a side piece was a good thing. I didn't say it was a good thing.
Yeah, neither one of us said it was a good thing.
I said it was glamorized or it was made more acceptable. Whereas though you started seeing more people, seeing people being more open about it and more accepting too. Yeah, I mess with on the side.
Yeah, they be real open with it.
Of finding somebody is they want somebody in the relationship because they feel as though it's more beneficial.
But what's our saying? You know what our saying is. What's our saying?
What's the saying? What's done in the dark come to light?
No. But how you get them is what?
Oh, how you get them is how you lose them.
That's that always been our thing forever.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. How you get them is how you lose them. And half of the time they don't want them though. No. It's like when the relationship piece is going from whoever they with, they dip too. Because now you got too much time or they probably dealing with somebody else too. Mm-hmm. So who do you now this came up in your opinion? So we're gonna go with men is more. I would think it depends on the stature of men and also the stature of women who's liable to have the side pieces. Oh, now you want to join the conversation, Rich? Rich, like explain. So we see it often. You got athletes, stars, your local neighborhood celebrity. We're not going to use avatar.
Not your local neighborhood celebrity.
The pappies, who are more liable to have because they pay them. They pay for it. And you guys, I'm sorry, that was too blunt. Like you get what I'm saying? Like they finesse it, they manipulate it. And then on the woman's side, I think you have the women who may be involved with these types. They got time. So they get them a little something on the side.
I just don't be understanding it.
I just said it either. I'm trying to make
it. Be boggling my mind. It be boggling my mind.
So do you think married people or people who just in a relationship have side pieces the most?
That's a good question.
You know what my answer is for 500, Alex?
Married people?
Absolutely.
Because I was thinking married people.
Yeah.
Because them things be out here doing the most, honey. And we be talking about them, so yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Because we know some. Ooh. I ain't say no names. I just say we know some. If they watching right now, I'm sorry. Shouldn't have did it. You know who you are. I'm just saying.
You told me not to cut up, but you cutting up.
Listen, I'm on medication, so I have no control over what comes out of my mouth.
So Google told me that I know because she not here. She home. So for DJ Maker, she can't hear you. It says married people have side pieces for the convenience of sex only. There may be no trouble or issues within the marriage. They just like sex with other people.
Okay. So let's picture this. What? Picture you've been married to somebody for 20 years. 20, 25 years. Because this is what I'm thinking Google trying to say. And you done had sex with only that person for 25 years. In some situations.
What if it's only a year? Do that mean you okay? So if you married to somebody for over 20 years, you might want something a little different. So right. now we gotta mix the two.
Right.
So you want to mix the two and just do
Now,
it?
if we talking in terms of a year, you shouldn't be married.
Thank you. However, hello, we have people that be married for like 4 months.
But you know, these people is getting married because they want a husband, or these people getting married because they just want to have a wife. They not getting married on reasons that, like, you know, our people back in the day was getting married for. They not loving each other. They barely can stand each other.
That's true. That is true. But okay, so you said if they've been together for like 20, 25 years. So are you agreeing that you can see why they might have a side piece on the side, or they want to do somebody different?
I'm saying 25 years sleeping with the same person is a long time. I'm not condoning having a side piece, but I'm just saying sometimes you might want to spice it up, especially if your partner is not, you know, a lot of people fail to realize how you got that partner is also how you have to keep that partner. So if you was doing the most in the beginning of the relationship, you gonna still have to do the most 20 years later. Even if y'all a little bit older, you gonna have to do something to keep that excitement.
Very true. I can agree to that.
I'm just saying I could see why after 20, 25 years, somebody might be like, you know what, let me go get Shorty real quick.
All right. So question for you. Why not now? All right, I'm gonna mix the two instead of going.
I thought you was great. Asked me, have I ever had a side piece? I was like, oh no, she didn't.
I wasn't, but I can. Would you like to share if you had a side piece or not? Or have you ever been a side piece, whether it was willingly or unwillingly?
I have. In my younger years.
Willingly or unwillingly?
Willingly. In my younger years. And when I say in my younger years, I'm talking 18, 19, early 20s.
Okay.
Where I just, you know, back then I didn't care.
I'm going to plead the fifth.
I ain't going to plead the fifth. I'm an open book. I sure did. I did it. But
okay, I'm gonna mix the two subjects for 1 second. So if you want to say for a certain period of time, you need something different to experience or to add that spunk. So instead of getting a side piece, why not just be swingers or be in an open marriage?
I mean, yeah, if both parties agree to that, or the other part of it is you could communicate with your partner and let them know what you're not getting and work on ways to try to fix that.
That's true.
But you have to remember that a lot of people have very poor communication in their relationships. That's why side pieces, that's what be leading up to side pieces. They not talking to their mates. They out here talking to other people.
But I think the side piece is just different. But it's when, okay, I look at it like that. If you're gonna have a side piece, you might hit that here and there, okay? Boom. That's done. Now, when you got it lingering on for eons and just as long as you're in your relationship or married, that's no longer a side thing.
That's a relationship.
That's full-fledged. And I think that's where people get it misconstrued. So I don't know if it's the, what is it, the adrenaline rush? What is the word I'm looking for?
A mess.
Yes, it's a mess. But I don't know if it's just the spontaneity of it or what, or is it just something to do, or they may have something that whoever they with don't have. Adrenaline. Thank you.
Yeah, because I was like, adrenaline, what in the world is that?
He said adrenaline rush. Yeah, spontaneous.
Maybe I don't know.
But you can be spontaneous with I think it's more so instead of some people don't try to have it, like you said, talk to people or whoever they with to say, this is what I need, this is what I'm missing,
right?
Or can we try this, or do something else? When you're just closed and you get comfortable,
yep.
And a lot of people get comfortable and feel like, oh, I can't speak on that because I ain't married. But it's like when you think you got them, you don't got to do what you was doing in the beginning.
Exactly.
You're being extra and taking it to a whole nother level. You always got to find different ways, like role play, go out, do something, something that may be fun, a little. I think what's missing is intimacy and a lot of people don't know how to be intimate anymore, is just go back straight to smashing and that's it. And don't look at what leads into being intriguing and turning on a person that you with.
How these relationships be bull crap nowadays. These people don't be knowing how to be in relationships.
What they be doing?
Then they come across somebody like me, and I be like, baby, let me tell you something. What I'm not gonna do is play with nobody's son. I will jump ship. Deuces.
Oh, wait a minute. Chris said excitement. It's a dangerous excitement, but it's excitement to some. That was a lot of excitement.
I mean, but he right. To some it is, but is it always worth it? Because
now, what I don't agree with, well, I don't. Let me. I say if you want to do that, just be single, right?
Right.
But I get excitement, I get the fun. Now, when you start, like I said, lingering it on, and then all of a sudden somebody coming up with child. Now to me, you playing Russian roulette.
Mm-hmm.
But not only my life, but yours and somebody else's. Because we don't know what the other people doing.
Right.
Or anything like that. So then what? Is it still excitement? Is it still spontaneous? Or now
these people don't be caring. Listen, them people don't be caring in the moments. They don't be thinking about none of that stuff in the moments. They don't. Then when these, other side babies and all that stuff pop up, and then, the relationship got all these problems and all that. And then they sitting there and like, oh my God, you gonna actually leave me? Yes. Bye.
I will. Instantly.
Yes, I will. I don't care how many years we've been together.
So again, Chris said absolutely be single because if I'm not sharing SHIT.
Yeah, you should
be anyone put outside the relationship.
So I got a question.
What's your question, friend?
I have a question. I want y'all, please comment on the thing that she reading.
I'm gonna have to relay your question. What's
okay, tell them to comment to this question. My question is this.
The question
question is this.
What?
Now, if a person in a relationship, has a side person who is single,
as a side person that is single, can they put stipulations on a single person?
Who is in the wrong?
Who is in the wrong? Both. Well, I'm gonna say maybe the person that's in the relationship.
Okay, because I was going to ask you, because my question that I was going to ask you was, the single person is wrong, even though they doing what single people do?
All right. So it's a 2-part question. So originally the first person that's wrong is definitely the person that's in the relationship, because you're pursuing somebody outside of your relationship, which means you're more than likely being dishonest on both sides. Because like we said in the beginning, you don't know what that person is feeding the next person. And you and I both know when people are in relationships, especially, I deal with guys, it's always rocky. You get what I'm saying? Or some kind of issue, some kind of problem.
I'm in one of them things. I know.
Or some kind of problem as to how they try to manipulate the situation to get the person to go into it, right?
Right.
So, but then you have some people who know somebody's in a relationship and they build that. You got some sneaky people too that will know it and try to get close to somebody, knowing that they in a relationship, and to try to be persuasive and things like that. So in that case, I think they're both wrong, because you let the person continue to just, you know what I'm saying, get closer.
So even if the person, I wish they could hear me. Because I always wonder this. So even if the person, okay, let's say you got a man, okay? I come and I pursue you. I know you got a man. I pursue you. You pursue me back. I'm single. You the one in the relationship. Even though I know you in a relationship, you still pursue me.
Right.
I'm wrong?
No, they definitely wrong. I only say that because because at some point it comes out. And the consequences of dealing with the person, right? So if it comes out and you dealt with the person, does that make you less wrong? Yes, they're wrong for doing that, but you knew what it was too. So you can't, especially if you get your feelings into it, and then all of a sudden now you got a problem because they're not leaving their situation. Yeah, you was wrong because you knew that from the beginning that they was with somebody.
But people be saying, people be giving false information. They be going into these things, telling people they going, their relationship so miserable, they going to leave, and this, giving people false hopes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The person that's in the relationship is absolutely wrong. I mean, I think both people are wrong to an extent, but that single person that's out here doing what single people do.
I have it now. When you say that, when single people doing what single people do, are they wrong for dealing with somebody in a relationship? I feel like, okay, yeah, single people do what single people do, but you can't expect for that person in a relationship to be single neither. The issue that I really have also is when people in relationships try to approach single people and give single people stipulations on what they can and can't do in their single life. So if that person that's single chooses to deal with you, you can't tell them who they can't, what they can't, how they can, or do anything.
Girl,
you don't have that. You don't have that what is it? That privilege
at all
to do that. So
you be setting all these boundaries and what you want, like you in a relationship with this person, like you ain't got a whole mate at home that you sleeping with every single night. It blows my mind.
Right.
We know a couple of them too. I said it.
They try to put stipulations.
I don't care if they on here listening. I said it. That people that be in relationships and they be pursuing these single people and they be telling these single people, oh, well, I don't want you to do this and I don't want you to do that. Well, hold up. I'm single.
Do you think they intentionally target single people?
They probably do.
Why?
Because they want to feel like they the only one.
You can't be the only one with somebody single and you got somebody. So it's like you can't ask somebody to sign up to deal with you and you deal with somebody else.
Yeah, you realistically, you should not do that. But it happens.
Right.
Every day.
Every day. All day.
We know some of them too.
Walking down the street. Wait,
I'm just saying. You could be walking down the street.
I'm just talking.
You could be walking down the street, sure day, and they be whole married, happy life, happy wife, all that, and still sure day. You looking good? Can I be your friend?
I don't even pay that no mind. I just look at that
like DMs and everything.
What is that called? Cat calling? What is it called? Dog? What is it called? Cat calls? When people, everybody know that. I just most men, whistle. They be like, or they wait for you to walk by so they can look at your booty. That's just something that they do. That ain't no hollering at nobody. That's being nasty.
Well, they nasty then.
I think so. So
they be doing the moves.
All right. So I know you're gonna laugh at this list. Signs that you know your partner has a side piece.
What?
The signs that you know your partner may have a side piece. How you know?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, because I want to see if you know if you say anything on this list.
I mean, it's a lot. It could be a lot of signs. Change behavior.
How you move.
Change. I'm about to say change behavior. Working late all of a sudden.
Argument.
Always been working late.
You start arguing over ice trays.
Arguing over dumb stuff.
And if your shoe tied, or if the dish rag wasn't folded right. That's like.
But been working all day, but come home smelling like Dove. It'd be all kinds of stuff.
But then some women get slick with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what kind of soap, especially if he got to come home. You know what your soap smell like. And then usually the other woman, she gets slick because she gonna want herself to be known.
Yep.
Here, baby, use my go ahead, use this one. This one smells real nice. I don't have no scent. And the whole time he come home smell like cucumber belly. You be like,
yep,
sorry, you use that for men.
exactly.
Or
That's,
they
men be getting caught up
all the time.
See, men, that's why men be getting, I'm telling you, females, when females do certain stuff, they tend to do it more correctly. They tend to do it without getting caught.
All right, men, so you said that a couple times. So let me ask you this. Do you think, because you say women are more strategic and more slick with it, right?
They are.
So
damn heathens.
Do you think women start when they think their man starts? When they think their man has somebody? Because now, like we said, one of the ways you watch how they move. So now your time is less. So now you got a little bit more time to play too.
Sometimes I do. I think some women do that sometimes. Because our intuition will tear us up. All we got to do is think, girl, your stomach could be at 9,645 knots. You be like, oh, that's what he out here doing. He ain't got to say nothing. He ain't got to move different. You gonna know. Women know.
Men have a guilty look. I haven't seen one that don't have that. I fucked up. Look,
yep.
They be like, hey, babe.
Or like, they come.
What you do now?
or they. I'm gonna tell you something that my boyfriend do, and not in terms of cheating, but I'm just saying, just when he do something dumb that he know I don't like, he over explain. I don't ask not one question. He just straight come in the house. Baby, I was such and such with such. I'm sitting there looking like, okay, I didn't ask you that.
So what if he's always been an over explainer and then he just stopped explaining?
Well, you already know what it is. He doing something.
And he trying not to get trumped up.
Yeah. They heathens, all of them. Just nasty.
I think another way to know is the excuses become stupid. They give you excuses for no reason. Because one of them was they spend the majority of the time out of the house or just not with you. For the most part, they always got a reason to leave.
Hey, they turning phones on vibrate all of a sudden.
Not vibrate.
Yeah, because it wasn't vibrate. They turning it silent.
Do you think people who overprotected by their phone, did that always mean that they doing something, they cheating, or they got somebody on the side? Or
no, not always. Sometimes they just want their privacy. Like me and him, I don't touch his phone. I don't even look at his phone. He don't touch mine. He don't even look at mine. We both have passcodes on our phone. The only reason why I know that he has a passcode on his phone is because, I might have seen him getting in the phone and I've seen him hitting numbers and stuff. So I assumed it was a passcode. My phone has been like that always.
Did you memorize the passcode?
Did I memorize what passcode?
When you said you can see him hitting the numbers, and you assumed there was because some women will look at the movement. I didn't know. And then they like, yep, that was that one. And then they try to.
No, I didn't memorize anything because if I gotta do all of that, yeah, we need to break up. Yeah. We need to break up. His phone rang. I mean, literally, I could leave my phone in my room and go into the kitchen, and I hear my phone ring in the kitchen, and I'll say to him, "Hey, who is that?" Look at my phone and tell me who it is, and vice versa. We don't have anything to hide. See, I we don't have infidelity issues. He just dumb.
Okay. What was something else? Somebody asked. Phone ringing late at night and we're in the middle of the night. My personal thing is anything can happen. I don't necessarily to the gun. If somebody's blowing your phone up and you don't answer, now I might be like, but because people sometimes we live in Baltimore. So when your phone get to blowing up, something happened. And you don't answer that phone. Now, if you hit me with and you flip it over.
Now, true.
Button, I have a problem.
True. Now, you know, I recently went through something like that, but it wasn't a constant, like, repeated ring. It was like one time, like, real late at night, and I'm, you know, he sleep. He knocked out.
Okay.
He not answering on purpose. He in a deep sleep to where though he ain't thinking about no phone.
Right.
I'm looking at him like, you don't hear that phone ringing? Because I heard it. Now, it did make me curious, like, well, who was that at 2:00 in the morning? So I started saying stuff like, you don't want to check and see who it was? You know, it could have been important. He was like, if it was important, you know, they'd call back. I'm like, but no, you should look and see who called. I'm confused. But then I ain't gonna lie, my phone goes, oh, girl, my phone be jumping. All kind of messages and Facebooks and inboxes and people calling me on Facebook. And I be like, why do y'all do that?
So, question.
Answer.
People who are okay with their role as, okay, I'm here, I'm on the side, this is that and the third. Why do you think some people, I'm gonna say, settle for being the side person instead of just finding their own person? Because you have some people
because they don't want to be in a relationship.
I'm just saying, you have some people who are repetitive. That's all they do is deal with people who are in relationships.
And that's because they don't want to be in a relationship. Some people do that because they don't want to be in a relationship. Some people do that. I can't speak for everybody. I can go back to in my younger years when I was starting and trying doing things. I ain't had no business.
Not that and trying.
Yeah, I was starting to try real hard. I've expressed this to this show family several times.
Right.
Hoisha, I didn't care. But I survived. My reason for doing it then was because I did not want a relationship. I was not ready for a relationship. I did not want a relationship. It was much easier to do that because I knew that I didn't have to worry about the pressures of a relationship or any obligations or any stipulations. However, how those things ended was these couple people, because it was two, act like we was together.
But how can see that's where I think the fine line is.
I was like mind boggled. It was like, you know, you can't do this and you can't do that. And I'm like, bruh, I'm single.
Okay, but if you know a person is with a person, do you think there should be a stipulation or boundary where though I don't gotta talk to you all the time?
Right.
I think that's where it get mixy. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you know this is what you're gonna do, you in it for whatever you in it for, boom. Okay, fine. When you start trying to relate, have all these conversations, spend all of this time, now it's not just you just got a little something on the side. You're looking for a little bit more.
Exactly.
And then you have some, and then it becomes, and then when you get the psycho person that want to be outside your house or key your car, flatten your tires, become stalkerish, you know, start threatening your partner who not supposed to know about this person.
Yeah.
Or who, what we say, the woman conversation.
Yes.
You know, things like that. I think that's where it gets really mixy. And because
I'm telling you, I went through it. I went through it. But first, let me just say, anything that I did in my life before age 25 is not counted. Okay? Because I was simple. I was simple as I don't know what before age 25. So do I condone this type of stuff now? No, I do not. Did I do some things that I know I shouldn't have did back in the day? Yes, I did. Did I do some things with people that was in relationships? Yes, I did. But, you know, I was young and dumb. You know, I didn't care. But these people, they were older than me. You know, I like older men. These were grown people doing these things and acting like, you know, we was in a relationship. And I was confused because I'm like, the whole purpose of me even doing this with you is so that I didn't have to feel like I was in a relationship. And I mean, they was telling me like, you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't do this, you can't do that. I was lost.
All right. So Chris says sometimes there are females and males who give off those vibes that it's possibly more than just a friendship. So if you know that person is in a relationship, you already know it can't be more than just what it is. Unless you want them to choose and then you break them up. But like we said before, how you
But
get
how do you
how
know?
you
But
gonna lose them
again,
because you didn't already.
but that goes back to we don't know what these people are being fed.
True. Very true.
A person that's in a relationship, especially trying to attract a person that's single, is coming with a pack of lies. Most of the time, they're not being honest. You don't know what they feel, and then you find out later on this woman that he's saying that he couldn't stand, he hated and treated him so bad, actually treats him like a king, and he just a hoe. It be like that sometimes. I say if he cheat on you, kill him. Say don't kill him.
Not if he cheat on you. Oh no, we don't
Don't
promote
kill him.
violence here on Head Radio.
I say it's like don't kill him. Don't kill him. Just move on with your life. Don't stick around. Don't. But I'm gonna tell you another mistake that a lot of people make. When they get, when they find out it's a side piece or they've been cheated on or whatever, they end up going back and then it ends up happening again. I'm not saying once a cheat, always a cheat. I'm just saying sometimes it happen again. Maybe sometimes you get another side piece or they end up back with that same person. I didn't seen it. That's all I'm saying.
I've seen it too. So
you thought she was gone. She was only temporarily gone. She's still here.
Yeah. She ain't going nowhere because you got something that's relentless and be like, I'll be here when you guys get it together. And then it's like, okay.
Exactly.
And for guys, why do you think? Well, I already said the couple of guys that I've asked, their thing was because they didn't have to deal with the person all the time. That was unanimous for an answer as to why they had no problems with being a side dude and they can get some when they wanted some, and he had to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side. So I guess it would be safe to say when you know your person ain't sleeping with you. What if they just don't have sex?
What you mean?
You know how some couples don't and they don't sleep together?
Yes.
Like, you wouldn't be, I don't think that's a good way to tell. Because if y'all weren't doing it anyway.
Listen.
Right. Could you sleep in a separate bed from your partner or your husband?
I could sleep in a separate bed from my partner now. Let me tell you my reason. He don't have no bed manners.
What you mean, like snoring?
He do snore, but he don't have no bed manners. He be all over the place. And sometimes, I go to sleep, I'm in one place for the most part of the night. I might flip over 1 or 2 times. It's constant. And it wakes me up. And he just needs a cat. He need a cat.
I can't say nothing. I'm a mover. I'm like that. Until I get comfortable.
It bothers me sometimes, like, if we slept separately, I don't know if I could do that in a marriage.
Just don't snore in my face with your mouth open.
You know that woman we was talking about earlier?
Oh, woman.
The one I said be listening. That's their situation. And it's always been that way. And actually it works for the both of them. Like it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. It doesn't bother them at all. I just be confused. I just be looking like, how in the world do y'all? So all right, so when it comes time for you to what y'all knock on each other's door?
I couldn't see that for myself.
I mean, I wouldn't mind sleeping separately sometimes with this man, but it is kind of nice to roll over and be like, hello, how you doing?
That's my rule. You sleeping right here. I don't care.
But you don't find a lot of young people in that situation. You find a lot of older people in that situation.
Surprisingly, there are some young ones who be like, I ain't see you go out. You know, like, damn.
I mean, I ain't saying it ain't some, but I just don't know any.
That don't do that.
Yeah, the ones I know is like, like that lady I was just talking about, around like her age, or older. That's something you normally see like in a lot of older people, or two beds in the room. Two beds in the room.
I think that's prevent pregnancy when they tired of getting pregnant. Most older people who got like 18,000 kids, they like, no, you go in the room over there.
Right.
And stay away from me. I think that's most older couples, like older couples, they like, that's why I got 10 kids now.
Yeah, but I have seen some. I have seen it in some marriages.
All right. Before I know we got a couple. I need to ask this question before we go to a break. You said you like older guys, right?
Always have. You know that. Watch your fathers.
Now watch your fathers. What's the purpose? I don't even know if I should ask this. Somebody gonna get offended, and I'm gonna get.
Girl, if you don't ask this daggone question, like what the song say, you be coming with the realism and Coco is whatever it say. Yeah, ask the question.
What if you got problems?
What you mean?
Erectile.
Okay, they got erectile dysfunction medicine. I've never, but what I'm saying is, I like older men.
I'm just him, yo.
You know, I'd have had some pop-pops.
What do you think the need for the need for us? Drink the rest of it like this. The need for a side piece is needed because you can't fulfill. Because they say usually it's the sexual desire, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have some because they've been taking the stuff for so long. The Viagra and what the little pills don't work no more, or they need a bunch of them to work, and then it's like, and they still don't really work. So
maybe it's not working with the person that they with.
No, I mean this don't work. So I mean they like borderline, but we're gonna say around elderly-ish.
Okay.
Why do you want something young, or why do you think they want to have a side piece?
It make them feel young again.
Doing what?
I don't know.
Compensation?
I don't know, because a lot of people,
they can do that with their especially if they involve with a nice older lady, the little cute ladies.
But it was funny because I have dealt with older men my whole entire life. The one I'm with now is actually amazing that we in the same age group. We're only 6 years apart. That's strange for me.
That's new for you. Yes.
That's very new. But keep in mind, it's actually not new because we've always been 6 years apart. We've known each other for 22 years. Mm-hmm. However, a lot of people have this perception that these older men have erectile dysfunction, or they got to take medication, or they got worms. I done heard, they got worms and all this stupid stuff. But in all actuality, if that man takes care of himself, girl, they done told me I'm gonna get worms and some more stuff. If that man is taking care of himself, I've dated older men that work out, they take care of themselves, they, they eat right or whatever, and they don't have them problems. They done had the problem. Type people that told me I was gonna get worms and everything. I'm like, worms? Why am I gonna get worms? All I'm saying is some of these older dudes is out here tearing it up.
Yeah.
Better than these younger dudes.
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to figure out for the ones who don't tear it up. And no, they not going through nothing. Why?
Well, who is doing that? Who is doing
what? Not tearing it up?
Yes.
I mean, you got a lot of older guys. Baby girl, we can go out.
I don't want
to say, if I'm in my prime and sir,
He just trying to have something spontaneous in his life. You know, that's all that is, I think.
I digress.
He just trying to have a little fun.
I digress.
It make him feel a certain kind of way when somebody young actually show him a little bit of attention.
Why I gotta do that?
You don't have to, but it's these chicks out here be choosing to.
Drew said you are going to get worms. You keep it on.
No, I'm not gonna get worms. Her dog gonna get worms. Keep on. Play with me.
No, I don't want.
You don't get worms from older people. I ain't getting no worms yet. I've been doing this my whole life. You think I should get checked for worms? You know, I done had some pop-pops.
I don't think I can go past a certain way, but it does make me wonder, like, older people in marriages and in relationships, why they seek outside when it's like you're not even holding that down. But then
when you say you can't go past what?
A certain age.
And me neither.
I'm feeling it gets weird for me. Like
but listen, I can't go past a certain age either. I have an age limit standard.
What's the limit? Because you
55.
Again.
55.
It was 55 10 years ago.
It's still 55. Now, when I turn 50, it might be a little different, but I got some time. But right now, it's still 55. Because I done had some decent ones. I had some 55s that didn't look like they was 55.
Now, I like them. I like them.
They weren't looking. It was only one that really looked his age, and that was your friend.
Would you do it if he was married?
Do what?
Him.
I don't do that no more. I told you anything up until age 25 that I did is not counted.
What you mean it's not counted no more?
It's not counted because I was in a time in my life where I didn't care and I was just doing dumb stuff and I really didn't know no better. It took a long time for me to find myself and know, what I was supposed to be doing and what I wasn't supposed to be doing. I started doing this stuff 18, 19, 20, 20. You can't count that stuff. I'm a grown woman now. I'm grown now. It's different.
I ain't doing nothing anyway.
I'm just saying I'm grown now. It's different. I wasn't grown then. I was just legal age. I wasn't grown. My mind wasn't grown. My mindset was not grown. I was starting to try.
I know we could erase things that we did at a certain point.
I'm not erasing it. If I erased it, then I wouldn't be able to talk about it. What I said is it doesn't count. It's still there. We just not counting it. I don't care who feel any type of way about it. It don't count.
I'm gonna roll with you.
It don't count. It don't count because that was a time in my life where, it just didn't count.
I got like 6 minutes before we go.
Now, if I'm doing that type of stuff now, yeah, that's a problem.
What I don't like is people who, I know we got 5 minutes. I'm gonna let you take us into the break with this one. I'm gonna say what I don't like, and I'm gonna let you elaborate because I know you can give me what I want. I don't like when people who are in a relationship or a marriage approach or pursue, even if you say, nah, I'm good, but they pursue and continuously. Why you throw your hand out, Rich? Because you know what I'm about to say? Oh, when you pursue a person who is looking for something solid, real, want their own, and you constantly and then you lie about the whole relationship, the whole, I know, the whole thing, shebang, just lie. Because what? I mean, I never could grasp that until this day. It's one thing to be upfront and honest. So now you're giving a person a choice. Like you said, we all choose. But when you take that choice away from someone because you're being deceiving, it's a problem for me. And I'm noticing a lot of people do that. You got men and women that won't be rings. You got them who you be like, well, you know what's going on? No, I ain't got nobody right now. So what y'all was beefing today, and you didn't like how you be like it didn't count. So that relationship ain't count the day y'all was beefing. You gonna tell me you was single?
Don't put me in a comparison because mine ain't count. I was too young for it to count.
Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't like that either. I'm trying to think, have I ever been in that situation? I feel like I have. Did I ever tell you I've been in that situation?
I know I have. You know I have too. And then I
Because
found
I've been in some situations too many for me to remember.
baby all the way. I said, I know you lie. Wow. Yo, like Jesus, you was here like 6 days a week. Where'd she come from?
Right.
Never saw a radio. That was meeting the family. You be like, they all in on it? Like, okay.
Oh, you know them families don't be loyal.
Period.
At all.
I was gonna say something, but I don't know if they be watching.
I'm gonna need you to say it.
No, I can't. Yeah.
Well, say it to me later, because I want to hear it.
I'll tell you later. She gonna bring her dogs, but that's all break. But we got 3 minutes, but we gonna talk about this polygamy thing because I think maybe people who do this need to have a conversation about their with their spouses or whoever about, because it's not polygamy. So they told me the wrong thing when they asked me to do this, because I don't know nothing about it, but I learned a whole lot doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna decipher this. One of them, I'll tell you later, because we gonna talk.
Mm.
One of them, I was like, interesting.
I know.
Yeah. So we gonna go. Can we go? We gonna go to break, and then we gonna come back and we gonna talk about we're gonna talk about polygamy. What is it? Say it for me. Polyamory, open relationship, and swinging. Look, she's smiling too hard. All right, we be back.
Cool.
Hello. Welcome back to Kazual Konvo with me, Coco, and Tiff. I'm sorry. I can't get it. I think can you hear me, Tiff?
Yeah.
Okay. Why you ain't saying that? You gotta be up here pushing it. I know. She makes me nervous sometimes.
Listen, I just don't feel good.
I'm sorry. We almost done. So we talked about side pieces, old side pieces, married side pieces, female side pieces, male side pieces, all the side pieces of the wider side pieces. So polygamy. This is the part that got interesting to me because let me just say this. Phone lines are open. If you want to call in and participate, give your input. This is the time for all you men to give your input. 410-598-4242. Women, you can come on in here too and say your spill if you want to talk about poly relationships, because we're going to change it to poly because it wasn't polygamy what they was asking me to do, because wasn't none of them married. And 410-598-4242. We're not asking you to talk about your personal experiences, but if you have just something to say about anything we've discussed or will be discussing, please call in. Anyway, hello. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
All right. So the polygamy thing. So as I was doing the polygamy research, and I actually, talked to a couple of people. Again, I respect everybody's spaces. I'm not going to mention no names, no nothing like that. I get why people wanted it to be discussed, especially as I did the research on it, because I think everybody be like, yeah, I'm into poly, I do polygamy, I'm into this, I'm into that, I'm into this culture, but they're just throwing a word around and it's not even that. So polygamy is the practice or custom of having more than one wife or husband at the same time. A lot of you here in America are not doing polygamy. You may have, like, we see some, like, I've seen more women being open about poly relationships, but one I saw, but Rich,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Rich said, don't do it.
Gotta have your money right.
Gotta have your money right. Okay, so in countries like India, Singapore, Malaysia, where we get our hair from, and
where you get your hair from? Not.
Our weaves.
Oh, I said that.
Somebody said that's all done.
I cannot.
Oh my gosh. So listen, it's legal there because you know they are allowed to have more than one man. I'm not doing this with Rich tonight. They're liable to have more than one spouse. It's illegal here in America. Now, I've seen some, as of late, I've seen more women come out, which I'm like, oh, okay. Go ahead, boo. Where in one situation, she just had a couple of boyfriends. I get it. Okay. They were all
boyfriends.
Yeah, they was cool with it. And then it was one, she had a husband. She was married to one, but then she had a boyfriend. It made sense as I was doing the research because you can only have one. You can only be married to one person at a time legally here in the U.S. Religious stuff come into play, but like Muslims and people of different cultures and religious backgrounds is different stipulations, so to speak. But they did say, and it was very specific. Y'all heard the asp. I didn't say Pacific. Specific that polygamy is illegal in the U.S. Right? So, yeah. Did he label himself as a Muslim or something? Because they get ready to come after him. Or are they legally, where did they get married at? See, that's the thing. Not here, because they be looking at it. But as far as the United States is concerned, legally.
Go overseas and get married and then come back. They can elope.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the princess of the moon, though.
Lord Jesus.
But, so I know I'm about to jack this all up. Polyamory, is that it? Say it. Polyamory. A polyamory relationship is what a lot of we're saying now. Well, I'm saying now because I'm new to this. But so I'm like, oh, they doing this too.
Break it down, friend. I might be interested. Break it down.
Listen, friend. So pretty much so this is it. And it made sense when I saw the one tri couple that she had a husband and she had a boyfriend. They were all in agreement to this structure. Right? So she was cool with it. And I said, oh, then she got a husband and her side piece is cool with it. So they in a poly relationship. So I think a lot of people, like I said, when it was that, people like, go do polygamy. So polygamy is mainly the purpose of it is for procreation. They want to have a bunch of children. That's the cultural thing. Here, you just pretty much in that, but it's a difference in that and swinging and having an open relationship. Why you smile when I said that?
Mm.
So pretty much the polyamory, I probably said that right, and somebody in that relationship gonna check the mess out of me in my DM later. Watch. But so the poly relationship, they're all in agreement that this is a situation that they're agreeing to. They are consenting adults, all agreeing to be in this relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So an open relationship, you just like, look, I'm with you, but I'm gonna see somebody else.
Right.
It doesn't mean all y'all can be together at the same time. They might not consent to that, but just seeing other people. Now,
right.
swinging is a couple, married couple, or just a couple. Why she keep smiling when I say that? Or a couple that see other people on a sexual basis.
Because I think swinging is cool.
Can I keep my mouth shut?
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay. So I asked some questions and I was told people get poly and swinging and open all confused because swingers, their lifestyle is very different from poly. It's not like you ain't living here. We ain't all under the same roof. No, we gonna do we do today.
Right.
This time span, and then you go home. But it's not gonna come here. Now in a polyamory, whatever relationship, they can all be under the same, they okay with all being together at the same time. But what I found interesting was how many women they got all the dudes cheesing on the family photos.
What?
Girl, you never seen them. You know what I'm talking about, Rich. You seen them when they be all in the picture together, and then she be like this, and all her dudes would be like one right here, and one down here.
I've never seen that.
I'm gonna send it to you, friend.
Please do. That sounds very interesting.
Now, I don't even know if I want to. I know which part you found interesting because my eyebrow arched too. I don't know about the open relationship, only because I don't know what you probably gonna go out here and do. But if we together, when I looked it up and I started asking questions, now remember when you said if you was somebody for a long period of time and you just might want something different,
Mm-hmm.
that you talk to your partner and they like, you right. So they might want to try it. I was told it does not always have to be a slip swap type thing. You know, you can enjoy the environment, enjoy each other, do whatever, see whatever, you know, but y'all together. It's something that you both do as a couple, as one, but you have to, you know, like, all right, babe, this is what we gonna do. And then I'm gonna tell you later what my what one of my issues might be.
Okay.
So I said this is not an open, okay, but each person in a poly relationship, they understand and consent to, so it ain't no jealousy, no nothing going on. All right, I'm gonna ask you a question before I answer it. Do you think people in poly relationships can have long-lasting relationships?
Yeah, if everybody happy.
Yeah. Google has said people in relationships may be better able to experience the security and comfort long-term and sexual fulfillment long-term, sometimes longer than those in exclusive relationships.
Yeah, because figure you probably not having too many problems in them type of relationships. Same thing with swinging and open relationships. Y'all not really having no problems.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think some people claim poly, open, or even swinging relationships because they think that's what they got to do to keep someone, or because they really want to?
I would think both actually. You know, I can't speak for, it's really hard to speak for situations that you've never been in. I believe I was a swinger in my past life. I think I done swung before. I think it's considering swinging. I really think it's considered being a swinger.
Why would you say you think you was a swinger in your past life?
Because it was in the past and we was doing some stuff.
Okay.
I think that might have been classified as swinging.
Environments that, you know, is the thing.
I think it might have been classified as swinging. I loved it.
Give me your definition of swinging, because you got me nervous right now. I'm sweating.
Switch. Next. Dude. We did a lot of things together. We did a lot of things together.
I'm not talking threesomes. I'm not talking.
We did a lot of things. We did a lot of things
She go out
together.
on me though.
Yeah, I was just watching it. I really think I might have been a swinger in my past life. Okay, so are swingers, let me ask you this. Are swingers just people in relationships or married people?
From my research, swingers it's a couple thing. It's not like you gonna just go into a swingers party and be like, "Hey, I'm swinging." No, something that couples normally do. Either couples participate together, or like you said, when you was like switch.
Oh yeah, I definitely done swing. I swing a couple of times, like twice or three. I did some swinging.
You did some swinging.
I liked it.
Let me tell you something. I don't think I had to ask myself because we gonna go down this list. How do you know if you could do anything poly, open, or swinging ish?
How do you know?
Yeah, if that's for you, because like remember when I asked the question, like could you or would it be like this issue if is it just for your partner? Is it for you? Is it something that you're really interested in? Or is, some people do things just to have somebody or keep somebody. It's not what they're into. That's the cool thing to do. Or because I want to be with this person, I'm going to be open to this. But the whole time they're against it. But they go with it because they think, okay, let me just make this person happy. But the whole time they're not.
Well, that's dumb.
It is, but some people do certain things just so a person won't leave them.
Oh, I wanted to do it.
You wanted to do it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the questions were the alternatives was funny. It was like, one was, do you believe you have a lot of love to give that should be spread among multiple people?
That question for me?
It ain't one for me.
I don't feel like that.
My thing is, I don't think I would want to see it. Even if it's a difference in a fantasy and participating in a lifestyle. I think we all have fantasies of something that we want to do or it's on our bucket list to fulfill, right?
Mm-hmm.
So fulfilling a fantasy is one thing. I'm not about to sit here and be like, go ahead, boo, and do you in front of me. No, because I'm going to be like, get up. You're not about to sit here and have a ball with this person. And then especially if you look like you into it, I don't want to see.
See, that's why you have to do it correctly. But you have to do it correctly.
But how do you do it correctly?
If you feeling that way.
I know me. Now, it's one thing if I say, okay, babe, that's what you're into, do you? My thing is, if you sitting here, I don't even care. I might get my little, okay, fine. But then you think you're going to sit here and be the strokeologist and having all the, no, It's enough. Get up. Get up.
You stupid.
I'm interrupting everything. You better make sure.
That's why it's a couple thing. But see, that's why it's a couple thing.
Occupied. It's going down.
That's exactly why it's a couple thing, because you're not going to have the opportunity to feel like that because something is going to be grabbing your attention.
Not okay. So this is what I'm saying. First of all, okay, if I'm having things done to me and I look over here and I see you or him, I'm gonna be like, especially if I'm like, wait a minute, you're a little too interested. Hold on, excuse me.
Well, that means the person that's doing whatever they doing to you ain't doing it right.
No, ma'am. I know me, and I think that's what I'm saying. I know me. Listen. I started. Excuse me, man. Yeah. You better do it in a whole nother room. Don't let me see it. Now, what I do is what I do. But if you want to be here, that's fine. But listen, sir, I'm not one. I don't want to. I know I don't want to see it. That's why I don't think it's for me. I don't want to see it. I don't. The fuck? Shit, I don't want to. Get up. That's gonna be skip. Did you? I will knock all of this over.
You're stupid. Yeah, I can see that for some people. It definitely has to be something that you want to do and you're willing to do and you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I can't do it. And then another thing, I don't know. I just felt like these things were just hilarious to me. Do you often feel like you had feelings for more than one person at a time?
It
Now,
can
I've heard
happen.
this before when people be like, "But I love you too."
It can happen. I just don't think it'd be the same level.
The same level of feelings that you may have
Yeah.
for somebody. Okay. Do you believe that loving one person doesn't diminish the love that you have for another person?
That can happen too.
See, this is the one that resonated with me. The idea of your partner being with someone else doesn't make you jealous. That was for me. I had to. Yes, it would. I don't want to see what, especially if it's man. Listen, let me tell you something. If we vibing on that level, and I see you vibing on that level with somebody else, it's all kinds of problems. Yeah,
Oh my God.
that's what it's gonna be. Excuse me.
But it's what people it's definitely a comfort level. It's definitely what you can deal with and what you agree to. It's definitely what you agree to, what you comfortable with. It's not for everybody. It's not.
Yeah, I know me. I look, listen, I'm honest. Don't let me see it. But I don't know both parties.
I'm a cheerleader. Yes, babe. Turn it up. Yes. Oh, I can't wait till we go home.
Ain't no saying nothing that, but that's me. I don't.
If we talking in terms of swinging, I mean, like you said, it's what it is in that moment, and then after that, you know.
I don't need to be there for the moment. You can go in another room. Let me go. Make sure I'm occupied and going over there. But if I'm look over and she tooting and booting and you no,
Then it is definitely not for you. It's not for everybody.
I don't want to see it. Because
And I will also say this: you can't do it like what I did in that relationship. That I did in that relationship. Oh, I would never do in this relationship right here. Oh no. Oh, I would never. Because let me tell you something. You can't do that with everybody.
No, you can't.
This relationship right here, I'm gonna catch a charge. Because he gonna do the most. He would do the most. He would make me feel how you saying you would feel.
No, we don't want you to catch a charge.
But I'm saying how you said you would be and how you saying you would feel, he would make me feel that way because he just extra.
Purpose.
Yeah, he just extra.
I
couldn't do that with him.
I don't even want that. I don't.
Yeah, I couldn't do that with him.
And then I think the issue for me also is, I mean, I think amongst amongst all the friend circle, I only deal with guys. What's your girlfriend or wife going to do for me? Ma'am, go sit down.
I never understood this about you.
Huh?
I said I never understood this about you.
You never understood what about me? What? The fact? What?
Why you choose to be that way?
Women don't turn me on. I never looked at a woman and was like, damn, I would tap. Yeah. Now, her brother or her father or her uncle or her new cousin or her
was that crickets?
Let me slide that number over there real quick. Come here real quick. Hey. How you doing?
I cannot.
But I ain't never look at no chicken while I be like, ew. Now the brother, I done already pictured everything. How it's gonna go down, how I'm approach it. Bam.
I don't like you.
I'm just dead serious. I don't look at women in a way that I'm turned on. So I know it wouldn't work for me unless I'm like one of the women that I see on the thing. One right here, one right here. Me and my dudes.
Okay.
We going to we going to India where it's legal.
Moving on. I cannot. You are so stupid.
I'm just saying. Okay. So we already know. I'm not saying my part is bunking nobody,
Right.
nobody else. You would be okay with that though?
I've been okay with it. It just depends on your partner. It depends on the partner. You can't do them type of things with everybody.
Right.
Well, like I told you, what I did in my past, I would not do with this one right here. Oh no.
I don't know. Certain things that I think I would do with the person I'm with, I couldn't just do casually with
Right.
anybody. You get what I'm saying? I think that's another thing. Casual, was it missionary?
You stupid.
I'm just saying, casual, you just try to let wet off real quick, right? Listen, you hurry up. Come on now. There we go. 5. And then you out. Now, right. You ready to go yet? We be looking like getting a little late, ain't it?
You gotta get up early.
Right.
Right.
Hey, I gotta do another test. Damn. And then you got do you believe that one person cannot meet all of your emotional and physical needs? Can I be honest with that? I don't know.
I think that's true.
I'm a Gemini, so sometimes I be feel like you just don't understand. I think I might need to be polyamorous. What is it? Polyanormous? What is it?
Not polyanormous.
What is it called? Polymorous? Say it, Rich. Polymorous? Polyamorous. I'm a lot to handle.
That's because you tripolar. You tripolar.
I'm trying. No, I'm not. I think sometimes I think you got to know you. And first of all, sometimes you get, they say it's somebody for everybody. I think when you find a person that can meet certain needs, everybody can't meet all of them, especially when you have some needs that's higher than others. Some people may have a higher a higher drive, some people are emotionally needy, or sexually needy. Some people are intellectually needy. Some people are spiritually needy. So I think which needs outweigh what is a factor also.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then you have some, it's just like y'all just don't mesh on a lot of the needs. And then you have some people that think they can meet certain needs, but they be slipping. And then you tell them they slipping, they be like,
they be mad.
They don't be mad, they don't get it. And you be like, what you don't you get? I just told you. Do something else. But you say that, as I'm a Gemini, you'll share Scorpio, so I'm quite sure you've experienced being like, hey babe, every night something was missing.
I be having them type of conversations sometimes.
I knew she got it. And then it's like, then when you tell them, they be like, don't get an attitude. I'm just trying.
But I think my approach, how I approach it be the reason why it be a little attitude. Cause I be like, damn, you couldn't, what the fuck? What? I mean, what the hell was that? I mean, I just be straight up. I be like, are you serious right now? So that's what we doing? That's what we doing?
Yes. You know what mine is? Hey, can I ask you a question? Can we talk? Every time I say that, like, oh God. Yep. Here he comes.
Yes.
Okay, what's up? I ain't like none of that. You ain't
Right.
it wasn't right. This
At
what
all.
and I be like, this is what I need.
But you gotta let people know. You gotta tell people these things.
Then I would be upset if I was to agree to participate in something polyamorous, swingish, or open and get disappointed. Because I will want whatever I thought I was. Why you laughing? Whatever. Why are you catching your pearls? I'm just saying. Everybody in different stuff, right? And then you like, okay, yeah, bet we gonna get it in. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. I'ma fulfill this, and then you mess around and link up with missionary, yo.
I'm gonna share something. You know, back when I did those type of things in the very beginning, it was a little different and awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I started to require attention, be focused on me, like the other person, I had to make sure that it was somebody that I was like overly attracted to, or you know, they did the damn thing. And then I was like, and I kind of wanted in the beginning, I kind of wanted him to be a little shortchanged a little bit. Like I didn't want him to feel as good as I was feeling. But after a while,
I thought it was for both of y'all to be fulfilled, not shortchanged.
first of all, I told you in the beginning, I was feeling some type of way at first. At first, I was like, oh no, that's not gonna work. But then when I started having my little moments, I was like, oh, this is cool right here. Yeah. I like this.
Right.
But then it got to the point where, you know, it started getting annoying to him because I was like, babe, remember last week when we had, you think we can do that this week? And he was more like, you know, this is not no every week thing. Like, what is you doing? I was like, oh, I thought it was what you wanted.
Right. But that be the thing. I think that's the compromise. So do you think it's safe to say people who, if it's a intimate or sexual desire, a nympho or borderline nympho? Because my thing would be this: whatever your sexual appetite is, it has to be fulfilled, right? So if even if like your situation, you was like, okay, babe, can we? And he like, oh, that ain't no every week thing, and you like, why not? My thing, if you introduce me to something and all of my cravings are fulfilled,
yes,
damn right, it's gonna be on a regular basis when we going back.
Yep.
And then you can't tell me no, because now I gave you what you wanted. Now you got to give me what I wanted.
Exactly.
So if I got to give you what you want, give me what I want. And I think that's where the line gets a little hazy. Because I don't think they might not be expecting for you to enjoy certain things on a certain level. But then it's like, okay, so what can we do in the meantime to compromise until you feel like you ready to go again? Because I'm going to get on your nerves.
Right.
And be tapping, excuse me, hello, sweetheart.
Yeah, because I worked on that thing nerves. He was like, I was working on his nerves. He was like, I mean, what you think I'm a machine? Sir, you introduced me to this.
Right. Duh.
Yeah. If you wasn't a machine, you better put your battery pack on and become one. I had so much fun.
I can tell because you said that with a lot of heart. A lot of heart.
I had so much fun.
So, okay, school me on this. So let's say you are with someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they introduce you to these things, the abundance of experiences. You be like, oh, okay, all right. But then they might feel like you too into it. Then what?
It definitely made me dip off.
What you mean you made you dip off?
Because once he was not as into it as me, it made me dip off. But he didn't consider it cheating because
That was together.
it wasn't with the husbands.
So, all right, let me ask you a question. When you did it, was it ever like I need to go back for that one? Or
Yes.
it doesn't matter?
Yes.
Okay.
However,
Do
I
you
never went back to that one.
all right? So, do you think people who be in poly relationships feel trapped in a relationship with just one person, or like they can't breathe, or it's a problem?
They might, or that's just what they prefer to do.
Okay, so I think this is my thing. Let's say if you meet somebody, let's just say they can fulfill every freaking thing. And in that area, they straight beast mode.
In what area?
I can't say it.
Be more specific with the S.
More specific.
Yes. What area?
Sexually.
Okay.
Right? Very creative. Very spontaneous, right? So is it the need to participate in these things now greed? Because you're getting all of this plus some. But this is my thing. What if your partner can fulfill your needs, but you can't? But you want this person to do all of these things, but you can't even get it right one-on-one. So I don't think it's wise to introduce somebody to something until you know exactly or have an idea of where they are sexually.
I mean, that's
them. It might be you. You might not be what you cracked up to be, because some people just think being with other people is something new, it's something different. Okay, cool. But this person, you might introduce them to something and they got all the bangs that they needed out of life that you couldn't give. So now, what if they get turned off by you because you wasn't giving them the bang?
That's the price you got to pay in choosing to live those lifestyles.
Does that happen?
It didn't happen to me, but I mean, it didn't happen to me. But I'm sure it's happened to somebody. I personally, I mean, like I said, I was starting to dip off.
What you mean dip off? You was going by yourself? No. What you say?
You get dollar numbers and stuff. Hey.
Exchange numbers.
Yeah.
So so is that cheating now because y'all not together?
But he didn't take it as cheating.
Because it was the same.
Yeah, so I was cool.
See, I was told something different, that it's cheating. It's only cool when y'all together.
I'm saying he didn't take it as cheating. If he would have took it as cheating, then he didn't take it as cheating because it was never the husband's.
Okay.
I think if it would have been the husband's, then he might have thought it was cheating.
So I thought it had to be an agreement.
Listen, it was an agreement at first.
You changed the game. So
I did, but that wasn't my fault. He brung me into this. Okay, it was started out together. It was a togetherness. He brought me into this, and when I said, "Okay, now I like this. Come on, let's do this on this, consistent basis," and he was slipping, so I had to do what I had to do.
I do not like you. All right, so do you feel like people who participate in poly, open, or swinging relationships, will be then we got mixed too because you done took it there. They are willing to take chances either way.
Yep.
Do you think people care
About
what the other person feels? Like if okay, you get too turned on by this, if they like pretty much if you leave, you leave. If you do you, you do you. Or do you think that do you think that person is capable of actually being in love with one person?
they may be. I mean, it really depends on these people. It depends on who we talking about, the type of people that we talking about.
I mean,
And
let's say your friend. He like, babe, let's swing, right?
you talking about this one right here?
Yes.
Or you talking about somebody else? You talking about this one right here that I'm with right now? Go ahead. What's the question? We're gonna talk about him. What's the question? Because you already know my answer to anything you ask me about him. No.
Okay, let's say somebody other than him. Okay.
Okay.
Not that I wish anything, we're gonna knock on wood. Let's say, you y'all been together for a while. Y'all have an understanding. Okay, we're going to do this here. Do you think that a person who is willing to be open with you in that way on an intimate level, because some people take intimacy as next level of bonding, right? Of of a connection, of loving. So when you want to share that piece of somebody in abundance with other people, do you think that person who is willingly open to share you in that way on a level most people look at it like, I don't need everybody getting what I, you know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, we all might have had experiences prior to, but in that moment while you're with that person, they could introduce you to some things privately. But do you think that person could 100% say they love you or in love with you and share you in that way to let you do the same things that you do intimately with them, with other people plus some?
Okay.
Yeah, I be mixed on it. I don't think so. Maybe because I don't know.
The main reason why I think that is because
I wouldn't think I could take it too seriously.
But the thing is, love.
And it's supposed to be sacred.
But when we talk in terms of love, love is blind. It don't see none of that.
I don't know. In the back of my mind, I would be like, you banging that. No one, you get what I'm saying? It's like I will always feel like I was never enough.
But these are we talking about things that y'all agreed to do, right?
Yeah, but again, you have some people who agree to do things because they want to make the other person happy and accept it. That doesn't mean that they are.
Oh, well, that's their dumbness. Don't agree to nothing that you don't really want to do. That's stupid as hell.
That's true.
Because people only do what they want to do. You gotta want to do this type of thing. Don't want to do it because your partner wants to do it or because you think that that's what makes your partner happy. You're gonna have to want to do it too, and you're gonna have to accept some things. And if you're not in a place in your relationship where you can accept some things, don't do it. Me and him, we had the conversation about them things I used to do back in the day, and he was like, "Oh," because I say you may as well shut the hell up because we will never.
Why wouldn't you do it now as opposed to back then?
Because he's a hot mess. You have to do those type of things. We talking about poly and swinging and what was the other one?
An open relationship.
To do those type of things, you have to have a certain level of trust with your partner. I'm not saying that I don't trust my partner, but you know, my partner and I have a long history that was not always positive. Mm-hmm. We now are at a place where we are retrusting each other. So at the current moment, I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't never do it, because I just might. But he ain't gonna like it though. Because when I do it, I do it.
Not to smile.
He ain't gonna like it. They don't ever do. It be the men's.
Child.
They be in their feelings.
I was told the men's are the ones who are more open to it. It's the women that be
Yeah.
in their feelings.
Until they come across a woman that's doing the most.
Or met a guy who was openly, willingly like, smash my girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, bust it wide open. I've never, ever in my life had anybody be like, go ahead. And I don't know. So if somebody be like, it's okay, I'm gonna be like, what? You sure? And then I'm like,
It's a setup.
And that's what would be in my mind. What you trying to traffic me? You know, I think everybody, but she laughing at me. I'm just saying.
You're so stupid.
I mean, I'm being completely honest. Like, I don't know. And then it's also, I also think along the lines of, like I said, sometimes I don't think people know if they are nymphos or that you gotta be in that mode all the time.
Right.
Just in denial about where you are sexually. Or you seeking something else based off of insecurities.
I just think people be just want to do it. They just want to do what they want to do.
Okay, why you gotta do it? Why you into something with somebody else? Just do it. And be single and be free. What they say, fly like a bird.
No polys, no opens, no.
Just be loose boots. You know, do you?
But you can't grow over loose boots.
But I think that's where the term "do you" come from. If you want to do you, sometimes it could be hard. And I think even though some people maybe like they are accepting to it, at some point it gets. I would feel like it get complicated.
You're selfish. I don't like it.
I'm not selfish. I'm absolutely one. No, I don't. I don't want. No, you're not. No, you're not about to be sitting up here giving all that to somebody in my face.
But like I said, it depends on the person.
I think you should be selfish.
And it depends on the couple. It depends on the couple though. If they both want that, it's nothing wrong with it.
About their person. So if that's the case, no matter if I'm with you or not, I should be okay with you doing whatever you're doing because you just did it in my face. It ain't like you hiding what you want to do. If you gonna go out here and do something, like we said, everybody have choices. Whether you do it in my face or behind my back. If you're gonna do it in my face, in my mind, you liable to do it behind my back too, because I already said, okay, do you? You get what I mean? That's the same way. You can't give me no whole pass with you and then tell me, okay, I can't. If that was good, I can't go. I mean, you done introduced me to him.
That's why I say you can't do them type of things with everybody.
Right.
You can only do them type of things with some people. Because you definitely got to do it with somebody that's on the exact same page as you. See, I had somebody that was on the exact same page as me. Yeah, we was in these streets. Yeah, we was swinging like we was Tarzan.
I do not like you.
But you got to do it with somebody that feel the same way as you.
They have to. I think I'm on I think for all of that, I would either rather just be open because if you gonna let me do me, don't put me in a box. And I wouldn't want to. If I'm going to accept it, I'm not going to put that person in a box. Just don't. I don't want to say because I'm telling you, I'm gonna be the whole. What is it called? I'm the whole.
This was a lot.
I'm the whole. What is it called? I'm the whole blocker. Excuse me. You're loud. Excuse me. You done? Y'all finished?
You stupid.
So I got something well in my face to keep me occupied because I'm gonna be one irky CB. Hello, I'm right here. Hello, you finished? Time to go.
You stupid.
I'm telling you, better make sure I'm well occupied in my zone. If this gonna work, because I'm ruining all of your fun.
Oh my.
Yes.
Hey, we ain't had them problems. It was cool. It was cool for real.
But I don't know.
I was the problem. I was definitely the problem. I started getting frustrated. Like
we gonna talk after this though.
I'm gonna try because I'm medicated.
Oh, you gonna want to talk to me after this? But
I have full case right now.
What we talking? I don't know what we talking about next week, but this was a good one, and it's actually going to take us into. I think I'm doing fair relationships or something like that next week. It's something along them lines. I don't know if you're here next week or not.
I don't think I'm here next week.
Or the week after that, but that's what I'm going to be doing because I think this takes us into it because I'm scared now. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, download the Ham Radio app on any of your mobile devices. It's free. Thank you, Tiff, for coming in. She won't be here next week, but the following week she'll be back to help me close out this series of relationships. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.